This is getting to be a familiar sight. Welcome back to the TM Master Cup Series season opener here at Daytona. There was a crash before the break. About 5 or 6 cars were involved. More like 7 or 8. 7 or 8 cars are involved. Leonid Roderick is the leader still. 32 laps are in the books. All drivers in the accident are reported as being okay. Everyone was able to climb out of their cars under their own power, except for Marcus Leonard, and there's actually a pretty amusing story behind that. One of the seatbelts jammed, so they had to actually get they had to actually cut the seatbelts for him to get out of there. He was perfectly all right. This is the seatbelts a little bit jammed, which is most extraordinary. I've never even heard of such a thing happening before. Snyder, as you saw, went 3 wide on the inside and went for second. Moving up behind Leonid Roderick, Scott Bates getting a run on the inside. There's Manny Brown and Johnny Ada. Behind Johnny Ada on the inside is Ryan Araki in the 32 car. It looks like there's about 12 cars in this lead draft. There's a 61 and a 9 trying to catch up, along with Mike Whitmore on the 73. 33 laps in the books. Roderick still leading. I see Dan Klesel and Alexis Rainsford in the back of this pack. They must have escaped without a problem. Those 2 cars, I don't think anyone expected to be running as well as they are. How about in the back of this pack? It's the 26 car of Scott Stoidler. Yes, Stoidler's running the same setup as Mike Whitmore is, but Stoidler is more likely to keep his car in one piece than Whitmore is. He's less than... Mike Whitmore in the GRL, some people may know, he's a little hard on machinery. Scott Stoidler is fairly easy on it. So we know this 26 car is fast. He just needs to put himself in a good position. Whoa! Rainsford coming down. Now, I don't know what she is doing there. That looked a little dangerous to me. Officials might want to give her a little warning about that. I've seen her do that throughout this race, make a lot of unnecessarily dangerous moves, such as that. Well, nothing 4 wide or anything. No, but the next best thing. Next worst thing, I should say. Bates going for the lead now in the backstretch. Scott Bates in that yellow and black, car number 88. Manny Brown trying to go 3 wide. His car number 4. Leonid Roderick still hanging on there on the outside. The Lance Snacks Inglesby, the orange car. Bates will lead the lap, though. Yes, that 4 car has been the absolute class of the field, I believe. Either that or Roderick's just keeping that car out of danger by putting it in the front, and now I think he can actually go racing. Well, if you don't call this actually racing, I don't know what is. Manny Brown going for the lead now. Roderick has been up there competing for that lead most of the race. Probably a good idea. If you want to avoid the big one, you do what Roderick just did. You lead the race. There's a big one in the TM Master Cup Series cars, as we saw in the Arlo race yesterday, mostly occurs in the front of the field. Brown coming for the lead here. He's going to lead this lap number 35. Johnny Ada, Ryan Araki, Zelda Ashby, Alexis Rainsford, and Scott Stoidler on the inside line. On the outside line, Scott Bates, Leonid Roderick, Damian Snyder, Palmer Stiles, and Todd Wodarczyk in the 37. You see Rainsford in the back moving into the center. Now, I don't know what she's going to accomplish there because there's no draft there. And Wodarczyk almost went with her. We're on the side camera, the right side camera, on Manny Brown in car number 22. There's another one of the more interesting cameras. Unfortunately, it only really is useful at these restrictor plate tracks, and you actually get a feel for how close these cars are to each other. About maybe, let's say, 7 or 8 feet. Right here, anyway. But the thing is that they can be, if someone was going 3 wide, you would be able to see Scott Bates' beard on the inside of his visor. That's how close they can get. There's Ryan Araki in car number 32. Araki is the number 2 man at National Racing. Well, it's not official that he's the number 2 man, but it's pretty obvious that Ryan Araki, behind Tony Durbin, is the number 2 man at that team. Araki won last year at the Coca-Cola Raceway, which was great for sponsorship, even though Damian Snyder is sponsored by Coca-Cola. Manny Brown looks like he's going to lead this lap also. Anyway, you were talking about Naraki. Oh yeah, Ryan Naraki's team, I think you're going to see a breakout year for him. Even though he was one of the highest finishing rookies in points last year, his cars did not always run so well during the race. However, I think that's going to change because, after all, the TM Master Cup Series officials tend to look for how well a rookie does during a race. As for rookies in this lead draft, I think there's only two rookies in this lead draft: Zelda Ashby in the 55 and Todd Rodashik in the 37. There's rookie teams in this lead draft. There's the 27 car. But the 27 car is basically the 98 team from last year. That's really, it's a new team in name only. New teams in this draft, completely new teams anyway, are the 62 of Dan Klezel. The 11 and the 32, I think, were both former teams. There's Zelda Ashby. Now, I remember earlier on, I said there was a car that, the Kingston Enterprises car, Lewis Kingston, was using the same engines as. This is the car, not Joel Rodriguez, that's using the same engines as Kingston is. In fact, they formed a technical alliance and may go to a 4-car team. And they're going for white! Oh, no. There's Lewis's car, slow car. They're going for wide, and they're going to run him down, or they're going to wreck before they get to him. These guys are staying off each other, though. That's a surprise. I don't know what Stoidler was thinking, going to the inside there, but he seems to be able to not be able to wreck anybody, which is quite astounding. Oh, Kingston's car getting in the way! Looks like Kingston may have solved the full wide problem there. 32 car just lifted off the accelerator, and they see Snyder, Roderick, Ashby going by. Stoidler, Wodarczyk, Klezel, and Styles are all held up behind the slow car number 84 of Lewis Kingston. Johnny Ada, Manny Brown have gotten away. And it's Roderick and Bates in reverse order. There's Dan Klezel, still stuck behind that 84 car. You've got to feel bad for these guys. They're basically stuck behind the 84, and they're just going to lose a draft now. There's Johnny Ada and Manny Brown. Now, I would expect Roderick, Bates, Snyder, and the rest of them, there they are already. They're going to run these two cars down, because here at Daytona, you move faster in a big pack of cars. Yes, Brown going to too wide with Ada. Now, I'd expect these cars to catch up to them real fast and probably displace them in a hurry. Because Ada's car was not one of the fastest in the draft. Roderick to the inside of Ada. Look at Ashby. Look at the 4 and the 55. Those two cars working extremely well together here at Daytona. On board, Johnny Ada, car number 04. There you see Roderick coming in on the left side of the picture. The very left side, if you can look out of his window there, you see that orange number 4 car creeping in and out of the picture. Yes, Ada is drafting off the back of Manny Brown in the 22 car. Brown's car, ironically, has no brown on it at all. You're a strange person. This is in the back with Scott Stoidler, Todd Wodarczyk, and Palmer Styles, 10th, 11th, and 12th. No, this is not 10th and 11th, because Dan Klezel's behind them. Oh, right. Excuse me, this is for 9th, 10th, and 11th. There's Klezel all the way in the back there. That's the 12th place guy. Good runs, despite the fact that they're not really on the lead draft, and they're losing ground as the race goes on. Now, officials just told us there may be some debris, and the yellow flags are out. Yes, there is some debris on the front stretch. Yeah, it's a big metal piece. We should see it. It was on the tri-oval, I think. Someone ran it over. Yeah, someone ran it over. We can't see it now. The cameras weren't focusing on him. We were. But, I'm pretty sure Matt Taylor in the 44 car ran it over. About 5 or 6 seconds before the leaders came. Where's Roderick going? Oh. Well, it looks like Roderick just expected Brown would keep pace with him. no harm, no foul, as long as I get back in line the way they're supposed to. Well, debris caution a little past halfway. We'll take a break, and we'll be back to you in just a few minutes.